Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another breakdown for a UFC card that's coming up next week at UFC Week 106 in Apex. We're going back to Dana Dungeon. It is unfortunate that we have to go back to Dana Dungeon, but we still got fights. I'm happy, you know. I prefer fights every single week, so we can. I guess I shouldn't complain too much about the Apex, but it's kind of shitty, man. Going back to the Apex after that UFC 315 pay-per-view card. And also, we did really good on that card, man. I'm really happy. We won like 7 units on that card. Overall, we had 6 point. I think we had 6.5 units on the card in total bets. We cashed on Jack Della Maddalena. We cashed on Eamon Jahabi. We cast the parlay with Natalia Silva and just Duisius. So I'm pretty happy about that. We only missed on Charles Radke, and we had the least amount of money in Charles Radke, so it doesn't hurt too bad because Charles Radke looked pretty terrible out there. He got knocked out by Mike Malott in Canada after talking all the shit that he was talking all week. So good for Mike Malott getting it done in Canada at home. And let's talk about those card guys at UFC Vegas 106. We got Gilbert Burns taking on Michael Morales. These guys were supposed to fight at UFC 315, I remember, but they probably needed a main event for this card at UFC Vegas 106, so now they're fighting on this card. We also got Paul Craig taking on Adolfo Bellato. We got Sadiq Yusuff coming back after a bit of a layoff. He's coming off a 2-fight losing streak. I mean, he's on a 2-fight losing streak now. He lost to Diego Lopez. He lost to Edson Barboza. He's taking on Marlon Santos, who's coming off a bit of a robbery win over Marshall. Let's be honest. We had Ruziboev on this card versus taking on Dustin Stoltzfus. Dustin Stoltzfus coming off that brutal KO win over Mark Under Barrio. Mark Under Barrio just killed Bruno Silva last week at UFC 315. We got Julian Erosa taking on Melchizedek Costa. Both these guys are on a 3-fight win streak right now. So one of their streaks is gonna have to go on next week. I mean, we have Mateus Camilo making his UFC debut, taking on Gabe Green. Gabe Green's coming back after a bit of a layoff, and he needs a win bad, or he's probably getting cut from the UFC soon. We got Jared Gordon taking on Thiago Moisés. We got Connor Matthews. I think another guy that needs to win badly is Connor Matthews if he wants to stay in the UFC. We got Luana Santos taking on Pinheiro Lisboa. Let's talk about this card, guys. As always, make sure you guys like the video and subscribe. It really goes a long way with the YouTube algorithm. And also, if you guys want to see my official bets, they're all free in the link down below in the description. You guys can find it. Also, give me a follow on Twitter. And join Discord, man. We have over 400 members in Discord. It's also free. There's no premium for Discord either. And appreciate you guys watching as always. And let's do the breakdown now. Our first fight on the card is going to be in women's MMA at 115 at strawweight. It's going to be Luana Pinheiro taking on Tisa Pennington. I mean, this fight's not too bad. Normally, I like shitting on women's MMA start the card, but this fight's like not horrible completely because I do think this is a pretty good matchup. Start the card, and I think Tisa Pennington overall. She should be 6-0 in her last like 6 fights. She definitely beat Ricci in my opinion. Even though I did pick Ricci there, I think she beat Ricci clearly, and I don't know how the judges gave Ricci that win there. And I think she beat Dern also, but they gave the split to Dern, which happens a lot in the UFC. Dern is probably one of the most luckiest fighters when the fights at the scorecards. But she should be on a 6-fight win streak right now, and in this fight, she's not gonna have to worry about the Wina shooting takedowns on her at all. Which against Dern and Ricci, she had to, because Ricci was cage pushing her a bit and controlling her in the clinch and stuff like that. But like this one, she can just box with the Luana Pinheiro. Luana Pinheiro is a decent striker, and so it's gonna be a striking matchup. And I think Tisa's gonna have the better boxing. She's gonna have more volume, also the better cardio. She's gonna win. She's minus 400. I mean, the line is disgusting because I do think this fight's probably gonna hit the scorecards at a high probability. So could be close. Maybe Luana Pinheiro can match her in some volume, but I think Tisa's gonna win. Am I gonna parlay Tisa Pennington at minus 400? Probably not, because some of her fights are really close. She doesn't really like separate enough when the fights hit the scorecards. But I do think she's gonna win this one, probably like 29-28 Tisa Pennington. I just favor Tisa's cardio, and I think he's gonna pull ahead in almost every single round when it comes to the volume and the shots landed and up close in the pocket. And Pinheiro, she's been losing to girls that are grapplers like Jillian Robertson and Angela Hill can grapple a bit. She was able to submit her, and Amanda Hebus was able to knock her out. She was actually winning that fight. I remember early in the early rounds. She did start getting tired later. Give me Tisa Pennington to win by decision. Tisa Pennington minus 425. She's gonna win. I don't think she's losing to Luana Pinheiro. Over 2.5 rounds, minus 450. I think it goes over 2.5 rounds, honestly. I think that's probably like a better parlay piece than even Tisa Pennington money line. Next fight on the card, we got Hyun-Sung Park taking on Carlos Hernandez. Now, in this fight, I like this fight, man. I'm excited for Hyun-Sung Park's second fight in the UFC because we haven't seen him in a while. And he's got really good skills. Let me see if I can pull up my notes here, guys. So, yeah, Park is another road to UFC prospect. And we were supposed to see him go up against Andre Lima on that Islam versus Dustin Poirier card. Like, I think that was last year. That was last year, yeah. And he pulled out due to an injury he sustained on his knee. Then he was supposed to fight early in February this year in 2025 against Nemjergo. And Carlos Hernandez did take that fight on short notice, I remember. But his opponent missed weight, so Park didn't want to take that fight against Nemjergo Tumandambro. And Park just didn't want to give him the advantage when it came to the weight. And so now Park is a good striker with the ability to grapple. He has good cardio, and he gets better as the fights go longer. And he's also competed in K1 kickboxing back in 2014, since back when he was like 18 years old. So he's been a lifelong mixed martial artist. And Carlos Hernandez on the other side is a good test for some of these up and coming prospects in the UFC. He's pretty well rounded. Also, he can box, he can grapple. He's also. I mean, I wouldn't say he's like great in one single area. Like he's not the best striker, he's not the best grappler. He's not really crazy dangerous in one area, but he can do well in almost every single area of the game. I mean, he doesn't have much KO power on the feet. Sometimes it needs to rely on his grappling to win, like he had to against Nemjergo Tumandambro in the last fight. I remember he had to grapple there, and he was getting hurt in the later in that fight. I mean, he almost got knocked out in the third round by Nemjergo Tumandambro. But we did pick him by decision there over Nemjergo because Nemjergo is not any good. However, I do think Park's good, man. I do think Park has skills, and I think Park's gonna win this one, man. But Hernandez has way more experience. He's fought the way better competition, so maybe you can. This is the type of guy that he can maybe get a win over. But even when he's winning, it's really close. Split win over. I mean, that win over Denise Ponder should have been a TKO, but they called it a no contest because I think it was like a headbutt before he was elbowing him, some nasty vicious elbows. I remember he was dropping on Denise the fraud Bondar. And even like split with Barres, split with Altamirano. I mean, those guys aren't horrible, but like he's barely winning. Just split with Nemjergo. I mean, come on, man. Give me Park to win by decision. Maybe TKO. I wanna say TKO, man, because the guy is a finisher and he can break people down. I could see like a third round DQ for Hyun-Sung Park. And but I think he's probably gonna go the distance. I'm gonna say Park by maybe like a third round, TKO. So that's gonna be my prediction on this one. But like this is gonna be a much harder fight than Shannon Ross because Shannon Ross has no chin at all. So this is probably gonna be competitive early in the early rounds, and I think Hyun-Sung Park's gonna start taking over later. Park right now is minus 150. Yeah, my pick's gonna be Hyun-Sung Park by probably third rounder decision. Okay, what the hell? There we go. Next fight on the card, we got Denise Gomes taking on Elise Reed. This is a good matchup. Probably not for Elise Reed. Let's be honest. I don't think it's the best matchup for Elise Reed, but it's gonna be a good matchup for us to watch. And Gomes is going to be the much better grappler here. At least Reed has to defend takedowns and stay at range and pick DC Gomes apart with their kickboxing for 15 minutes. But I just don't see her defending takedowns, man. She's been taken on in all of her 8 UFC fights at the UFC level, which is not good. DC Gomes has the physicality and she has power on the feet, so he can knock you out, so he can take you down, dictate where the fight takes place. That's going to be a problem for at least Reed here. But the line is crazy. I mean, minus 500 for Denise Gomes is kind of crazy. She's going to win this one, guys. She's going to win. And I'm not really worried about at least Reed knocking her out. Reed's like, she's just not consistent enough. I mean, and she was getting dropped by Lupita Godinez, a member. That was like a couple knockdowns, and she got that submission over at least Reed. I remember Lupita Godinez. And then Jinyu Frey is terrible. She's retired. And then Melissa Martinez, that's probably her best win. And then CP Jessica Penne, who should be retired, shouldn't be fighting at MMA overall, let's be honest. DC Gomes is going to win probably by TKO in the later rounds. Second on TKO is going to be my prediction on this one. Then you see Gomes minus 550. I mean, come on, man. Under 2.5 rounds, minus plus 155. I think it could go under 2.5 rounds, honestly. But she could just take her down and out-grapple her. Maybe she might just lay on her and just like use her physicality, just like control rounds, win rounds like that. Or she might just strike with her and like DC Gomes has like, see, I wouldn't say she has the most technical striking, but she has power on the feet. So I don't know, like she might just like, she might go for the KO early. Honestly, I could see her knocking out these streets. She's not really durable. Doesn't have the best shin. She's been subbed twice also. Finished in all 4 UFC fights. I'm gonna go ITD for I think DC Gomes could finish her. I'm gonna say she finishes at least Reed, probably like second or first or second on finish for DC Gomes. Could be submission, could be a TKO. I'm gonna lean towards the TKO knockout. All right, let's move on. Next fight on the card is gonna be Luana Santos taking on Pinheiro Lisboa. Good matchup at 125 pounds. Women's 125 pounds has been an absolute fire the past couple of years. I just gotta pull up this fight. I mean, the notes here. Give me a second, guys. Okay, so there we go. The reason we haven't seen Pinheiro Lisboa in the past year and a half is because she's coming off an injury on her knee, and she had to. She actually went into her last fight with the injury, and she sustained that injury in her fight camp in that Arena Oliveira fight. Now she's had enough time off to fully recover. So she had to go through surgery for that fight. After that fight, I mean, after she beat Arena Oliveira, she did have to lean on her grappling to win that fight because she couldn't really use her Muay Thai. She is a 2-time world champion Muay Thai striker. And I think now that she's healthy, she's had that surgery. I think we're gonna see more of her striking Muay Thai here in this fight. We should, but we know she can grapple. We know she can strike. She is on the older side. She's 34 years old. A bit on the older side, but I do think she's really good, man. I wouldn't say really good, but like she's good for women's MMA. And Lisboa, she's faced some pretty good competition, even outside the UFC. She faced Valentina Shevchenko. She faced Norma Dumont. She fought with Shevchenko in kickboxing back in 2010. I mean, I don't know how old she was back then, but she's 19 years old back then. She's been doing this for a long time. And her first MMA fight was against Norma Dumont. I mean, I think that was both of their first UFC fight. And she's only had doesn't have a lot of experience in the UFC right now. She got signed back in 2023. Doesn't have a lot of experience. Her fight with Daria Leznikova, Daria withdrew from that one. Luana Santos, she was getting pieced up by Casey O'Neill, lost every single round there. She couldn't get her grappling going, couldn't really match Casey O'Neill when it came to volume and the striking. She did beat Maria Gapua, who's like I don't take Gapua as a serious fighter. Stephanie Eggers, he just cage pushed her. It was really boring to watch. I mean, I remember that fight, really boring fight to watch. He just cage pushed her for all 3 rounds. Didn't really do much there. She did knock out Juliana Miller, but Juliana Miller is horrible. I know she won that fight recently over Petrovic, but Juliana Miller sucks. I'm gonna go Tenaro Lisboa. She is underdog, and I'm gonna go with Lisboa. I think she can win this one, and I'm gonna go with Lisboa by. I think she can win this fight by decision. I don't know. I don't think she's submitting Luana Santos, and Luana Santos is pretty tough, so probably not gonna knock her out. But I reckon she can get it done by like 29-28, or even 30-27 decision for Lisboa. Probably gonna be like 28-28 either way. I'm gonna go with underdog on this one. Let's see what the odds are. The odds for this one is Lisboa. Okay, there she is. Plus 115 for Lisboa. She actually opened up at minus 160. The books opened her at minus 160, and the money's been coming in on Luana Santos. I'm gonna go with underdog Tenaro Lisboa. I think she can get this one done, man. I like her as underdog here. Lisboa by decision. Plus 185. Honestly, I like that decision prop for Lisboa. Plus 185. She could submit her too. I mean, she's got nasty submission skills, but Luana Santos has good jiu-jitsu, so I don't know if I see a submission. And I don't see her knocking Luana Santos out, even though she has really good Muay Thai. I'm gonna lean towards it going the distance. I mean, the over 2.5 rounds is minus 270, which makes sense. I think Lisboa on the scorecards is gonna be my prediction in this one. Next fight on the card, we got Connor Matthews taking on Yadir DelValle. I know for a fact I'm butchering his name, but let's talk about this fight. We got Connor Matthews on a 2-fight losing streak right now. Things haven't really been going well for him. He's lost his last 2 by KO TKO. Some pretty brutal KO losses that he's taking recently in the UFC, and this is not an easy matchup for him, man. The UFC is not doing him any favors at all whatsoever. Because DelValle, he's well rounded. He has power on the feet. He's got good cardio. He can wrestle. He can cage push. He's got nice clinch work with nice knees and elbows. Solid durability. He can he does go for the finish, and he will attack submissions and look for knockouts. And he's willing to stand in the pocket and just trade recklessly because he has good durability. He has a good chin on him. So I think he trusts his he trusts the durability, and I think he's gonna be able to trust durability against Connor Matthews because I don't think Connor Matthews has any power on the feet. He's more a grappler that can strike a bit, but he's just not that dangerous on the feet. That's my problem with Connor Matthews. But he's pretty well rounded. He can grapple, he can strike, he can put up numbers when it comes to volume. But this is not a good matchup for him, man. I think DelValle, even though he hasn't finished his last 2 fights, I think we're gonna see a KO here from DelValle. So I'm gonna go with the knockout for Yadir. He's really good, man. I think this line minus 400 makes sense for him. I agree with him being minus 400 here. The way Connor Matthews can win this fight, if he can win rounds, and I just don't see him winning rounds like that. He's gonna have to like outstrike him every round and take him down, like. And Yadir is gonna have to like really fumble to lose to Connor Matthews here. High confidence, Yadir by KO TKO second on is gonna be my prediction on this one. Let's see what the odds on this one are. He's making his UFC debut, but he's fought in some pretty good promotions. I mean, for UFC, he fought in Contender Series, so he's not been fighting bums out there. He's got some decent wins even outside the UFC. Win over Michael as well. I mean, that's a good win right there. He's got an amateur record also. He's gonna be prepared for this one. I'm not worried about him losing to Connor Matthews at all. High confidence, DelValle. I think it's a good parlay. He's even at minus 400. Minus 430. I think he's gonna win, guys. KO. Let's see what the KO is. Plus 300. Honestly, I'm gonna sprinkle the I to D for DelValle. Bias is in plus 120. Probably because he hasn't finished. He didn't finish his last 2 opponents, but I think he can finish this guy. By submission plus 400. He does go for submissions too, so it could be submission or KO. I'm gonna lean towards Fight doesn't go the distance minus plus 100. Honestly, I like that fight doesn't go the distance. I think, but I like DelValle by ITD more than that because I don't see Connor Matthews finishing him. By finish inside the distance plus 140. Give me ITD for your deer. Next fight on the card, we got Jared Gordon taking on Thiago Moisés, and I mean, good matchup here. But the problem I have with Jared Gordon, man, I mean, the problem, not that I have with Jared Gordon, the judges have it. There's a problem that the judges clearly have with Jared Gordon. And the judges, they clearly hate Jared Gordon. This guy, or either this guy has the worst luck ever imaginable. I think he won that Paddy fight. I think he was on his way to winning that Bobby Green fight before the head clash. And he should have won the Nazareth Haqparast fight. I did pick Nazareth by decision. I bet him there. I had a parlay with Renat Fekerdina by decision and Nazareth by decision there. It was like plus 500. So I was happy that I cast there. But Jared Gordon, he won that fight clear as day. He won that Paddy fight clear as day. And he should be 5-0 in his last 5 fights. But clearly this guy's really unlucky. But and that was also in Saudi Arabia. That Nazareth fight was in Saudi Arabia, by the way. So this fight's gonna come down to pretty much if Thiago Moisés can get his grappling going, can he get those takedowns and control Jared Gordon on the ground? Even if he doesn't control him on the ground, obviously Thiago Moisés has decent striking. He can strike, he can kickbox a bit. He's got nice leg kicks that he's knocked out. Mitch Ramirez is a complete bum. I don't think Mitch Ramirez is UFC level. His win over Malcazol Costa is aging pretty well. And that win over Trey Ogden. I mean, Trey Ogden was going to win that fight. I have no doubt. He got injured in that fight. I remember after the first round, I think he broke his arm or something like that. So this one's gonna come down to Thiago Moisés can take him down and submit him in the first, second, third round, or Jared Gordon gonna be able to keep the standing and land more volume. I'm gonna lean towards Jared Gordon landing more volume. I think he's gonna be able to land more volume, but the judges, they don't like him, man. So Moisés can get some takedowns and control him every single round. It could be a really close fight. It could be like a split. This isn't even. And I'm gonna go with Jared Gordon. I think he's gonna win. Give me Jared Gordon to land, be more busy out there, have the better moments. He's gonna be the better boxer, I think, than Moisés. Moisés, obviously, he's gonna have the grappling upside, and he's younger, 30 years old, training at American Top Team. I do like picking American Top Team guys, but I just think Jared Gordon. This is not a bad matchup for Jared Gordon here. I mean, obviously, his last 7 fights in UFC, but like, I think his durability has gotten better. Since he got knocked out by Charles Oliveira. Like his durability has gotten better. He's able to take shots better now than he used to. Remember, I used to call this guy chinny. I don't think he's chinny anymore. Give me Gordon by decision. Jared Gordon right now is minus 115 now. The line's flipping. He was like plus 110 when I was doing my tape study. Give me Gordon to win. It's about even money, I mean. And I think this isn't for Gordon. I don't see him finishing Moisés. Jared Gordon by decision plus 125. Just take that money line if you're gonna bet this fight. Or I mean, the thing is gonna go the distance. Over 2.5 rounds, minus 830. I think it goes over 2.5 rounds. And Gordon's gonna win by decision. Next fight on the card, man, I'm excited for Mateus Camilo making his UFC debut on the main card. So I think the UFC has big, high hopes for Camilo here. He's taking on Gabe Green. This is a good matchup for Camilo, in my opinion. Camilo is training over there at Extreme Couture for the last 5 years, and I think this is a great signing by the UFC. Camilo is he's dangerous everywhere the fight goes. He's got good jiu-jitsu. He can strike really well, really good distance management. He throws nasty leg kicks and will counter with his left hook if you rush in recklessly, which Gabe Green has been known to do in the past. And he's shown good cardio, even in fights where his opponents are trying to take him down every single minute. The guy has good cardio, even if you push the pace on him. Green, obviously, on the other side, he's barely hanging on to his UFC career at this point. He needs to win badly to stay in the UFC. And he has some decent wins, like Chris Padilla win, and his other two wins aren't really all that impressive. Like his fight against Johan Lainez, which he was losing that fight early, but Johan Lainez, like always, he gasses out after like about 5 minutes. If you go 5 minutes with Johan Lainez, you can beat him. You can finish him later, which he was able to do. And he was able to take him down and kind of beat him up on the ground also, I think. Or I think that was standing TKO. I think this was the fight that maybe got takedowns in, but he can wrestle a bit. Now he's coming back after a 2-year layoff, man. This not gonna help him at all. We did pick Brian Battle as underdog there. I remember Battle was like, I think he was at home and he got that KO over Gabe Green. He was like plus 110, yeah. We cast on Battle at plus 110 there. And he lost to Gary. I mean, those losses are not terrible at all. Even that Rodriguez loss isn't horrible. Has a win over Javier Garcia, which isn't bad. Javier Garcia is like a decent, reasonable MMA fighter. He fights in LFA. Chris Padilla win in 2018 in Bellator. I mean, that's solid. But do I see him submitting Camilo? Even though Camilo has been sub before, not really, man. I don't see him submitting Camilo. I mean, he's made some mistakes before. Like, he's still a young guy. He's 21 years old when he got sub that recent and back in 2022. So he still is developing. He's getting better, training over there at Extreme Couture. And he's got good training partners over there. He's doing this full time now. He's not working a part-time job or anything like that. So he's all in. And I like Camilo, man. I'm excited for Camilo. I think he's gonna make a statement here. Give me Camilo by KO TKO. I think he can finish this guy, man. Honestly, I do see him finishing. Even though Gabe Green is pretty tough, so maybe he doesn't finish him, but I'm gonna lean towards Camilo. Maybe by finish. My pick that I wrote down was let me see what I wrote down here. It was I think I wrote down finish TKO. Yeah, Camilo TKO after watching tape. Because he's hurting guys out there, even when he's not finishing some of these guys. He's dropping them. He's just trying to finish them. And he's only going to get better. He's 24 years old and training over there at Extreme Couture. I think I got big hopes for Camilo. He's going to put a statement. He's gonna make a statement, I mean. Camilo, moneyline's really good, man. Plus 200 now, I mean. I like his money line a lot, guys. I think he's gonna win for sure. I don't see him losing to Gabe Green at this point. He's minus 186 on some books out there. I like him. I think you can straight up money line play him straight up at minus 200 even. Anything over minus 200 is kind of crazy because he is making his UFC debut, and Gabe Green, he's only lost to solid guys in the UFC, so like he's not losing complete bums. Like Rodriguez isn't a bum. Gary is really good. Battle is really good. So we're gonna see what kind of level Camilo's on, but I think it's good enough to beat Gabe Green at this point. Next fight on the card, we got Julian Erosa taking on Melchizedek Costa. Good matchup here, guys. Really good matchup here. Julian Erosa is one of these guys, like, I've struggled to like cap this guy in the past. Because like he's dangerous, man. Erosa is one of those most potent finishers at 145 pounds. Either he's gonna go out there and he's gonna get a finish, or he's gonna be the one getting finished. Because he is really chinny, and he's always has been really chinny. Erosa has been knocked down like 9 times since he's been in the UFC. And if you don't finish the job, he can rally back and win some of these fights where he's getting dropped early. And normally I like taking the under 2.5 rounds in his fights, because either he's gonna go out there because he's really reckless. He doesn't have any striking defense. He's really long and tall for this weight class, so like he's got that tall man syndrome. I mean, or some people call it giraffe syndrome. I think this fight's probably gonna finish ITD either way. Either Costa knocks him out, or Erosa catches him in a submission or something crazy like that. Now Costa is a shoot box fighter and fights with a similar style for like those shoot box guys. On the feet, you see that range. He can use his kickboxing really well. When you do close distance on him and try to take him down, that's when he will look to use his jiu-jitsu, hunt for submissions. We did pick Costa as underdog over C-Rod in the last fight. That was like a month ago. I mean, this guy's been fighting every couple months now. He's got 3 fights in the last 10 months. I mean, 2 fights in the last 2 months. Unfucking believable. This is gonna be his third fight in the last 2 months. Crazy activity from Costa. Erosa, I mean, he's been here way longer. He lost to some guys out there. Lost to Padilla. We did cash in Padilla by ITD there. We had Ada Parlay, Padilla, and Cody Durden, and they were both underdogs, I remember. And I just didn't see Caceres knocking him out. I mean, there. But other than that, man, this guy has a good resume. Like, knockout win over Hudson, knockout win over Nate Landwehr, finishing Charles Jourdain. Hakeem Dawodu win isn't bad. Rodriguez win isn't bad, finishing him in the first round. I mean, with the nasty guillotine. And he wasn't looking bad on the feet either. Costa, I mean, he should win this fight, I mean, on paper. But I'm going to go with underdog, Rosa. I got a feeling, man. I got a sneaky feeling that Rosa can make something happen here. But obviously, this isn't like a high confidence prediction on this fight. But I'm going to go with underdog, Rosa. He hasn't been a profitable underdog in the past. And maybe he can pull this one off. You never know. So he is 35 years old. I mean, he's a bit on the older side. But I'm going to go with DeRosa by submission. Like, probably like a guillotine or something like that. Because I've seen Costa make mistakes on the ground before. Even though he's really tough and it's not easy submitting him. Because C-Rod had him in like I think it was a Doris choke or something. So like Anaconda choke early. And then he was able to roll Ottaway in the first round. But he still is making mistakes on the ground. And Rosa could capitalize. Not saying it's gonna happen for sure, but at plus 200, I mean, I'll take that. It's plus 155. I mean, he was like plus 200. What the hell? A lot of money coming in on him all day. Yeah, give me a Rosa underdog pick on this one. Either way, under 2.5 rounds, I don't see this one going over. Under 2.5 rounds, minus 140. Minus 140. I mean, I like like that under. I do like that fight doesn't go the distance. Minus 170. I think that's a good parlay piece. Next fight on the card, we got Ruziboev taking on Dustin Stoltzfus. And let's talk about this fight, guys. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe, and also if you guys want to see my official bets, they're all free in the link down below. We have been profitable in the past 2 years, and I'll keep it's all tracked there, party tracked, so you guys can check it out for what kind of bets I've placed in the last 2 years. And also, I bet on PFL, LFA, reasonable MMA, so not just UFC. And now let's talk about this fight, guys. We had Ruziboev. It's good to see Ruziboev staying at 185 because most of his losses that he's had, like he's got 9 losses. I think 8 of those are at 170. Because every time he's trying to move down to 170, have cutting that weight down to 170, he's just struggling. He's struggling with his cardio. He's struggling with his speed. But at 185, he's done really well. He's only lost like 1 fight at 185, I think, which is crazy. Now, Ruziboev was a dangerous striker. He's huge for the weight class. I mean, he's 6'5". I mean, this guy his wingspan is crazy. His reach isn't crazy. I mean, 76 reach isn't crazy, but he's really tall, 6'5" at 185 pounds. So I just don't understand why he's ever trying to cut down to 170 pounds. That just doesn't make any sense. But he's dangerous everywhere. He does struggle with this taking defense at times. Like, that's how some people have beat him in the past. Buckley was able to follow that game plan, take him down over and over, rinse and repeat. And Stoltzfus on the other side, he's training over there, Extreme Couture. He's not as bad as I've said in the past. I've shit on this guy so many times in the past, but he's clearly not that bad. He is getting better. He's improving with his overall skills. He can grapple, he can strike, and he will go for takedowns. He does get takedowns on people. But his problem is, man, he's really hittable in the feet, and he doesn't really move his head much. His striking defense is really non-existent. That's why he's been knocked out a couple of times. I mean, he's also got suspect cardio, because I remember he was beating up Rodolfo Vieira in that fight. Then he made a mistake and got subbed. Where was that Vieira fight? Because I think he was up like 2 rounds in that fight. That Vieira fight, yeah. Then he made a mistake and got choked out. And he went over Dwight Grant. I mean, whatever. The winner Punahele Soriano, that's aging pretty well, man. Punahele Soriano, another Extreme Couture guy. He is getting kind of better now. Win over Mark Underbarrio. He absolutely starts Mark Underbarrio. That was in Canada. He came to Canada and starts Mark Underbarrio. Nasty KO there. So the guy has power, man. He's dangerous also. But I gotta go with Ruziboev, man. I think Ruziboev, if he doesn't take him down, hold him down, I think Ruziboev is gonna have the size to like deal with him at range, kick him, poke him, and also land the jabs and land a counter on Stoltzfus and hurt him. I'm gonna go with Ruziboev by KO. Ruziboev by, what's the odds on this one? -280 for Ruziboev. Fight doesn't go distance, -400. Under 1.5. I think it goes under 1.5 rounds. Plus -115 for the under 1.5 rounds. Like we cast a KO on in that last fight over Eric McConical. I think that was like +175 for the KO or +150. Ruziboev, I gave you guys that prop last fight. Losing to Buckley at 170 pounds is not bad at all. I think if that fight was at 185, I think you would probably have a better chance of beating Buckley at 185. I did pick him over Buckley, by the way, as underdog there. It didn't work out for me, though. Give me Ruziboev by KO. Next fight on the card, we got Sodiq Yusuff taking on Marlon Santos. Man, we done pretty well in Sodiq Yusuff fights. We picked I picked Diego Lopez. He was our lock of the week. I picked Barboza. We cashed in Barboza at +150 there. So we done pretty well. I did pick him over Don Shanius, who's a bum. Caceres, I mean, beating Caceres is probably a good win. I mean, but like it's not gonna get you ranked. But yeah, I guess he did get ranked after beating those guys, which is crazy. But now, yeah, he's fighting Marlon Santos. Is coming off a win. Wouldn't say much of a win. That was a bit of a robbery. Let's be honest. Because I don't think he won that fight. I did pick him over Marshall, but Marshall, he should have won that fight 20-20 unanimously, but they robbed him. It is what it is. It happens a lot in the UFC. Beat Khan Ofli by KO, nasty KO over Khan Ofli, and he beat Rafael Barboza. He is 24 years old, man, so he still is going to get better. He's trying to go there, Extreme Couture. But I'm going to go with Sodiq Yusuff, man. The problem with Sodiq Yusuff is that he's chinny. Like, he is chinny though, but he's been in the UFC for way longer, and he's got a good experience. He's 6-3 in the UFC. That's not bad at all. He's only lost to Arnold Allen, Barboza, and Diego Lopez. He almost finished Barboza in the first round, I remember. But then he just gassed out because that was like a 5-round main event fight, and that was his first ever 5-round fight, I remember. So he just kind of gassed out later. But like he almost had Barboza out cold in the first round. Almost knocked his ass out. Losing to Allen, not bad. Win over Feely, win over Benitez. I mean, I don't know. Who's Mike Davis win? That was the one that put him on the map. Because he was not supposed to win that fight. Yeah, he was dropping Mike Davis all over the place. Mike Davis is a 155er, by the way. So Sodiq Yusuff has power. He's got good boxing. If he doesn't gas out, man, like, he can win this fight. My only problem with Sodiq Yusuff is he might gas out again. And Santos could take over second, third round. I'm going to go with Sodiq Yusuff as underdog pick on this one. Yusuff right now is +115. Give me Sodiq Yusuff to win. I'm not sure if he knocks him out. Maybe like decision, honestly. Next fight on the card, we got Paul Craig taking on Adolfo Bellato. Man, Paul Craig, he's got wins over Magomed Ankalaev, wins over Jamal Hill. I mean, come on, man. How does Paul Craig do it? Wins over Nikita Krylov. I mean, come on. Like, how do you beat Ankalaev? I know you all know that was a kind of a fluke in the last, like, there's like 1 second to go, and he caught him in a triangle because he was getting his ass whooped before that, I remember. Wins over Jamal Hill, I mean, like, he dislocated Jamal Hill's arm completely. He's been losing, though. Like, he lost to Moniz. Moniz is a bum. I've been saying that forever. I mean, losing to Volkan Ozdemir, Brendan Allen, Braulio, Bo Nickel, they're not bad at all. Bellato, I think Bellato's a fraud, man. I truly believe Bellato's a fraud. I don't think Bellato is good. He's just tough. He's gritty. I've said the same thing in that Jimmy Crude fight. I did pick him there over Jimmy Crude, and he almost got finished there, man. So like, I think this guy's a fraud. But like, is he gonna be good enough to? Is he gonna be tough enough to beat Paul Craig? Because if Paul Craig doesn't like catch him in a submission and finish him off, I think Bellato's just gonna fucking put it on him. He's gonna be on him like with this crazy pressure, and the guy has a chin on him. Like, oh, let me not say he's a chin on him because he usually does get dropped. He does get hurt because he's got no striking defense. But the problem I have with Paul Craig is he's super chinny, man. This turns into like a brawl. Bellato's gonna knock his ass out, I think. So my pick's gotta be Bellato by KO TKO, but I'm not putting money on this guy. I think he's gonna knock out Paul Craig though. But he could like go for takedowns and like run into Paul Craig's triangle. That could happen. That's a possibility that could happen here. Paul Craig plus 400. I mean, I just can't bet Rodolfo Bellato at minus 550, but he's gonna be my pick on this one. 101.5 rounds minus 140. Man, minus 600 for fight not to go the distance. I got burnt on the under 2.5 rounds in that Jimmy Crude fight for Bellato, so I'm probably just gonna stay away overall from this fight. But my pick's gotta be Bellato because I do think it's tough enough, and if Paul Craig doesn't catch him in a main submission, he probably isn't winning this fight. I don't think he's gonna knock up Bellato on the feet. As hateable as Bellato is, pick's gotta be Bellato by KO TKO, like first second round. I'm gonna say second round finisher, Bellato. Next fight on the card, guys. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe. I'm trying to get to 4K subscribers. I give you guys fucking good bets every week, and we've been profitable. You guys don't have to pay me a single dollar for my bets every week. It's free. So the least you guys can do is subscribe and like the video. It goes a long way. And let's talk about this fight now. We got Gilbert Burns taking on Mike Morales. Burns, he's probably gonna retire, man, because I've ever heard about those retirement talks from Gilbert Burns. Losing to Sean Brady, not bad. Losing to Jack Della Maddalena, not bad. Bilal Muhammad, I mean, those wins are like not bad at all. Not wins, I mean those losses are not bad at all. Bilal Muhammad, former champion. Jack Della Maddalena, our boy Jack Della Maddalena, cash for us at plus 175. I told you guys, man, Jack Della Maddalena is that fucking dude. And Sean Brady, I mean, he's good grappler. He's able to take him down a bit, outstrike him. The problem with Gilbert Burns is like he doesn't throw enough volume, and his cardio really isn't all that good. That's my problem with Gilbert Burns. Like he's gonna have to get takedowns every single round. Either submit Michael Morales early, catch him in a submission, finish him off, which I'm not really sure he can do because Michael Morales he's more of a striker than he is a grappler, but he's got good wrestling, he's got good scrambles. He's not a guy you can hold down on the ground easily, control him on the ground. Because he's got good scrambles, he's really athletic, he's 25 years old, not even in his prime right now. At 25 years old. Man, I like Gilbert Burns though, but he's getting up there for 170 pounds. It's a young man's game. This game is only young man's game. Beating Jorge Masvidal, I mean, you should finish Jorge Masvidal. Jorge Masvidal, like he should have finished him there. I did pick him by submission there with Jorge Masvidal, but he did take him down over and over. But like, I don't think he looked that good over Jorge Masvidal. He did finish Neil Magny. I mean, Neil Magny, like if you don't finish Neil Magny, what are you doing? I think that's one of the reasons I didn't pick. I picked Charles Radke over Mike Malott because I was pissed off that he lost to Magny. Like beating Wonderboy, I mean that's a good win. Tyron Woodley, Damien Maya, I mean all these guys are like fucking old school fighters. Morales is gonna win, man. I've been saying for a long time this guy's good. Even if he doesn't finish you, he's gonna win rounds. He knows how to win rounds, and he's got good cardio. He's got a good gas tank behind him. And for Gilbert Burns to win, he's gonna have to finish him off. He's gonna have to submit him early or knock him out early. Gilbert Burns, he's got power on the feet for sure. Maybe he can land on Michael Morales, make something happen. But the pick's got to be Michael Morales to win. Does he finish Gilbert Burns? Honestly, I'm not too sure, man. I'm not sure if he finishes him. I'm gonna say this isn't for Michael Morales. I'm gonna say decision. I think Gilbert Burns is really tough, man. You gotta land something crazy and like put him out cold. He has been knocked out before, so maybe Morales could do that. Um, I mean, Chimaev couldn't finish him off. I mean, even that was a war. And Jack Maryland, he caught him with that knee up the middle. Like he was our lock of the week there, so like I was happy that he knocked him out, but like that was a nice knee by Jack Maryland. And Jack Maryland, one of the best strikers at 170 pounds. Now he's a champion. All the Bilal Muhammad fanboys are, I know they're crying last week. I told you guys, man, Bilal Muhammad is not that fucking dude. I mean, good for Bilal though. He definitely put up a fight. So respect to Bilal, but he was not gonna be jacked out of Madalena. Um, yeah, I gotta go with the. I'm gonna say this isn't. I think Marco Morales. I think Burns gonna put up a fight though. I don't think he's gonna fucking let Michael Morales run him over that easy. Michael Morales minus 825. Yeah, I'm not betting him at minus 825. I did bet him at minus 800 in a parlay. In parlays, I mean over Magny. But that's Magny, man. That's fucking Magny. I mean, like Magny is a not the type of fighter that Burns is. But Burns is getting up there. I mean, so the line makes sense, I guess. Under 3.5 rounds, minus 120. I think it goes over 3.5 rounds. I feel like it goes over 2.5 rounds. So if you can find that 2.5 round, if you can probably parlay the 1.5 over 1.5 rounds, over 2.5 rounds. Morales ITD minus 140. He's not gonna submit Gilbert Burns. He's gonna have to knock him out. If Burns is really gassed, maybe he does finish him. Morales by decision plus 185. I think you can find the prop out there. Morales third round, no. Morales fourth round, fifth round, or decision prop. Or you can maybe sprinkle Michael Morales third round, fourth round, fifth round finish for Michael Morales. Because I can see him finishing Gilbert Burns later. I don't think I see him finishing him in the first like 2 rounds. If he does finish him in the first rounds, man, fair play to Michael Morales. But I'm gonna lean towards a late finish from Michael Morales or just him winning by decision. I'm gonna say decision for Michael Morales. Morales by decision is gonna be my pick on this one. So there you guys go, man. That's my full card predictions. Let me go over my picks once again for you guys. I'm picking Morales. I'm picking Bellato. I'm picking Yusuff, Ruziboev, Erosa, Camilo, Gordon, Yadir, Lisboa, Dincy Gomes, Park, and I'm picking Tisa Pennington. So those are my full card predictions. Underdog picks are Gordon, Erosa, Yusuff. I think those are my underdog picks on those card. And I will see you guys in the next one, man. I didn't do a live stream last week for UFC 315. Maybe I'll do one for this week. Let me know in the comments if you guys want a fight companion this week for this card. See you guys in the next one. Also, take it easy, guys. Have a good week. Stay healthy out there. Stay safe out there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this breakdown. This breakdown is really long. Last week I was able to do a breakdown for like 30 minutes. This week, it ended up being like 50 minutes almost. So later, guys, take it easy.